Hi, today we're going to do a side dish made with Brussels sprouts and cranberries. So the first step for this is to roast them together in the oven. Very simple process. Before we started, these have been halved and the ends of them cleaned off, any dark leaves and things discarded. So pretty simple procedure. Spread them on here. And this is 2/3 of a cup of cranberries, also just washed and sorted through. They don't even need to be halved or anything. And don't they look nice together? And we're going to just drizzle a little bit of canola oil over it. You could use olive oil if you prefer, or sunflower oil, whatever type of oil, grapeseed oil, whatever you like to use. And I'm going to sprinkle a little salt and pepper over them. And then I'll just toss them together to mix it all up. Okay, so we'll get these in a single layer. Doesn't matter which side is up. We're going to roast them in an oven at 350 degrees until they soften, and that doesn't take too long. Depends again on the size of the Brussels sprouts. Normally it would take 20 to 30 minutes, and because some of these are kind of big, I think it will take the full 30 minutes. But you don't want to do them for too long because then they get mushy, and a lot of people don't like the mushy texture of overcooked Brussels sprouts, so better to underdo them a little bit. I'm going to take these and put them in the oven now and let them roast for half an hour. Our Brussels sprouts and cranberries should be cooked now. They should be roasted, so taking them out, and my glasses steam up, of course. Look at that. They're browned a little bit. The cranberries have bursts, which shows you that they're cooked. I'm going to put a fork into them and see. Still got some spunk to them yet. They're not really softened totally, but they're nice, and I think they're going to be nice and crisp this way. So move them over to the table, and we're going to put the dressing on them. This is the simplest dressing ever, and you make it right in the serving dish. So I'm using I'm going to start with whole grain Dijon mustard. This is a Canadian product, by the way. There's so much mustard grown in Western Canada. So I'm going to use just a teaspoon of this whole grain Dijon. And moving on to maple syrup. This is island maple syrup. And we're all trying to buy local now as much as we can. If you can't get something from the island, go for the Maritimes. If you can't get it from the Maritimes, go for the rest of Canada. So 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. Don't use Aunt Jemima table syrup. It's not going to taste the same. And put that in there. And then we'll use some apple cider vinegar to give it a little bite. There. Just 1 tablespoon of that. And the recipes for this will be posted. Whisk these together. And now, because this is on parchment paper, I can just lift it up and pour the vegetables right into the sauce. This recipe was developed by somebody who was convinced that she could help her family learn to love Brussels sprouts, although they didn't love them when she started. So she developed this recipe, and when they tried it, they did like it, so she succeeded in her quest. Okay, I'm going to serve half a squash with its stuffing on her plate, and we'll turn it around so you can see it better. And we'll add some of the Brussels sprouts and cranberries. And we'll see what she thinks of them. I've heated her plate. That keeps the food nice and warm. If you can do that before a special meal, it makes it more pleasant to eat because your food doesn't cool off as fast. Okay.